Oh, yeah, riding the waves. Party over here, party over there. Whoop, whoop. This is one of my favorite times of the week. I love this. Yep, yep, yep. Hello. Welcome aboard. I am certified personal trainer Mary Beth Rockwell, coming to you from San Francisco. This is the Next Fitness Show, brought to you by the amazing and awesome The Next Fitness Thing. And we're super stoked that we have you with us, watching, whether you're with us live. Feel free to engage in the chat, or if you're catching the recording afterward, glad you can make it anyway. Alexis, our fearless leader, our TNFT CEO, also certified personal trainer, also yoga instructor, also pushing all the buttons behind the scenes. Alexis, couldn't be here without you. Thank you so much for joining and being you.
Hey.
And yeah, hey. All right, let's go a rundown on what we have planned for the show today. Alexis and I are going to be having another fit or fiction segment where we bust some fitness myths. This time we're going to be talking about, well, do you need to run to get in shape? Okay, you might have some thoughts about that. Also, the middle of the show, basically, we have a lot that has to tie in with September's is it National Yoga Month or International Yoga Month? I think it's at least national, but it might be international.
I think it's international.
International. All right. Happy all around the world yoga month. And so we're going to have our mid-show stretch break and our move of the week are both going to be based in yoga. We're going to have a bunch of announcements. Oh my gosh, stay here for the announcements because we got a couple of real big things coming your way here. We're very stoked to fill you in on. And then if we have time, we'll talk about some yummy food at the end. All right. So this is where I ask, beg, implore that you please, if you've not liked our YouTube or subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that now while you're thinking about it. And if you are with us live, go ahead and, well, even if you're not with us live, give us a thumbs up. Do that now too. So get that in there. That way we get the credit and we get the visibility and more people see us and our show grows that way. And that helps us bring you more awesome things. And then also please share our videos around. If you find you got something out of value, probably someone in your life could as well. So share that with them. That also helps us grow. And then if you want to be notified whenever we do something new, whether it's a TNFT class that goes up on the channel or this very show itself, hit the bell. That's your notification icon, and that will give you an alert every time we put up something new for you. Okay. So I think, Alexis, and two more things, sorry, really quickly. Find us at thenextfitnessthing.com if you're looking for a workout home. We welcome you with open arms. And then also you are absolutely welcome to join us on our Facebook group as well, which is open to everybody. You do not need to be an existing TNFT member to join that. However, it's quite possible that you might be one after that. So facebook.com/groups/the next fitness thing is where you find your way into that. Lots of camaraderie and motivation and sharing of memes and silliness and good times. All right. Now, Alexis, are you ready to dive into our fit or fiction segment? We got some peeps in the chat right now. Donna D says hi. Michelle says hi. Hooray. Hello, Donna D and Michelle. Glad you are with us always. All right. So here comes Alexis, gorgeous Alexis. Okay. And fit or fiction time, team. This is where there's so much bogus information out there. And some of it's not necessarily bogus. It's just sketchy, or it's just like, no, it's not mandatory that you do this or that thing. All right. The latter is where this week's discussion falls. So fit or fiction, you have to run to get in shape. Do ya? Daniela says hi. Erin says hi. Awesome. The chat is growing. So yeah, do we have to run to get in shape? Running is great exercise. I'll just say right out the gate, if it's right for your body. Okay. So Kelly says hi. Hello, Kelly. Glad you're here. Alexis, I'm going to hand it over to you and go ahead and chime in on your thoughts about, must we run to get in shape? I used to run. I don't anymore.
Right. I mean, I feel like if I have to give a yes or no to this, is it true or false that you have to run to get in shape? False. You do not have to run to get in shape. Exactly. You don't have to. In fact, you have to get in shape in order to run.
Ha ha ha. Light bulb over the head. There you go. That's right. An epiphany right there.
And a lot of people are like, I got to get in shape. I better start running. And if you are not already exercising and are not already building strength, especially into your glutes, especially into your glute medius, plus into your calves and the arches of your feet and your core, If you are not already building strength there, then you are fairly likely to injure yourself running. So
Yeah.
I would say stick to walking and then do your strength training and then train to run by ramping up slowly. That's what would be my suggestion. If you want to run, you don't have
if you
to
want to
run.
run. Yeah, nobody's twisting your arm. If don't fall to peer pressure because somebody else is running, there's no need for you to run. If you want to run, it's great. But again, like Alexis said, you need to be in half decent shape before you start running in order to protect yourself, to protect your joints, to protect your back from being hurt. Yes, runners can hurt their backs pretty easily because there can be a lot of pounding. Keep in mind the surface that you might be running on. Maybe if you're just starting out as a runner, and again, please don't think that we are trying to swear anybody off running. That's not the point. But you got to start with common sense. So do some, as Alexis said, do the strength training, and do some stretching as well. Because if you have if you don't have limited ankle mobility or something, it's going to maybe inhibit you when you try to run. So you probably want to do some ankle mobility exercises as well.
Right.
And the surface
ankle mobility is the key. Ankle mobility, hip, glute, and glute medius strength. Ankle mobility and glute medius strength. And the other thing you're saying, you have to be in half decent shape, and I would agree with that. And at the same time, there are people who I would consider to be in excellent shape who also will still hurt themselves running, because it's not just about how good of cardio strength you're in. In fact, I was leading running trainings for the other trainers in our previous employment, and I was getting hurt running, and I'm strong, I'm fit, all these things, that. But I wasn't strong in the right places to be ready for running, and also for that much running. And it's I needed to ramp up slower. So it's you need to basically, I was in better cardio shape than I was in the strength shape of my lower body that I needed to be in to sustain the amount of running I was doing. And that was pretty frustrating, because I felt like cardio wise, I could totally do it, but my legs were not ready for that. And so that's pretty common. In fact, when I was going to physical therapy / chiropractor in San Francisco, they were saying that running is the number one reason people come to them. So
that doesn't surprise me at all. The other thing I was going to bring up is, if you're just starting out as a runner, your form matters. So having proper form definitely helps keep you injury free. So landing on the right places and, kicking your heel up towards your butt if you want to go faster to help get your hamstrings engaged and give you some more spring. And there are some things there to figure out. And then also, what are you running on? What surface? So if you're just starting out and you're trying to avoid impact on your joints, I would suggest, when I was training for the one and only marathon I ever did in my life, I tried every chance I got to run on a dirt path, because I happen to have several very close to my house. Maybe you want to be on grass. All right. Now, several of the tracks, athletic tracks, are made of kind of not squishy material, but soft material that is a little easier on your joints than running on straight up concrete, for example. So, these are all, there's a lot of things to keep in mind. Get the proper shoes as well, because there's all the difference in the world in what shoes you wear, and which ones are made for running, which ones are better for walking and strength training and whatnot. So in that case, we would recommend that you go to if you can, go to a specialty shoe store and get fitted by an expert in that case. Look, I'm starting to run, I need some guidance. They will say, okay, let's watch your gait, and you'll probably put you in stocking feet. It's okay, run away from me, or walk, or whatever. And then they will be able to see how your feet move, how you pronate or supinate. And they will say, okay, based on what I'm seeing from your gait, these 3 options, for example, are going to be the best for you. You might pick the cutest one of those 3, but at least they're more suited for your feet and what you're going to be doing with them. Yeah.
Yep. So. I'm 100% agree. In the chat, we got a lot going on. Aaron's saying, I'll run when I'm being chased by a bear or a murderer. Kelly adds in, or the police. I mean, hopefully you're not running. You don't have to run from the police or a bear or a murderer, really. But you shouldn't run from a bear, by the way. But
true.
And just saying, I do think that for these types of reasons, it actually is important that you can run. And I don't mean a marathon. I mean that you are physically able to sprint a short distance if you needed to, right? So even though I'm trying to tell you, you don't really need to run, you don't really need to run, you don't really need to run, I would encourage occasional, at least, sprint, so that you can keep the ability to be able to do that and, really work performance in that. So that if you do have to run from something scary or for the bus.
I was going to turn it into a positive, say running for the bus. I've had to do that many times or catch a train here in San Francisco. Like,
I just had to run through the San Francisco airport to catch a bus. And I was so glad for working out. I had a big old backpack and I'm like, running. I made it.
Awesome. Well, long story short, to bring this back around, no, you don't have to run. If you want to run, great. Just make sure that if you're just starting out, don't do too much too soon. Make sure that you get a little bit of strength training and stability underneath your belt and mobility as well to help you navigate the start of a running program. Go out gradually. Like Alexis said, you're not going to do a 5K right off the bat. Okay, so see if you can hit a half mile.
Not running a 5K. Mile. You might be able to walk that 5K and walk in a 5K for
sure. That is a great call. Yeah. So you can work your way there gradually. So.
And like some kind of soft tissue situation where when you're starting to run, you are paying attention to what hurts or might be sore or whatever, and you're giving it the attention it needs through stretching, myofascial release, massage, whatever other resources you have. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. Nice. I had a point. Where'd it go? Oh, one more thing regarding the surface that you run on. One of the mistakes that I made when I was training for my marathon is because I was a slower runner and we were put into groups of similar pace people. And my pace group was not super tortoise, but definitely not speedy speedsters either. It's speedy pants, as we like to say around here. But the slower quote unquote runners were suggested that you go off to the side so the faster people can go by you if they need to. And guess what? The surface of the road is curved as it comes down to the side, which means one foot's landing higher, one foot's landing lower. Guess which foot's getting more stress on it, which it goes all up into your knee and into your hip. I swear that the marathon training is what triggered my initial hip injuries and that I'm dealing with to this day. Yeah. So that's another thing to file away. All right. Can we close the door on fit or fiction? Myth reasonably busted, I guess. It's like, it's one of these today. It's like, do it if it's good for you. Don't do it if it's not. Right?
Yep.
I think we can go with that. Okay, sweet. Time to move on. It is an opportunity to move. And this is where we're going to head into the yoga phase of this program in honor of International Yoga Month, as we've established. So our mid-show stretch break, you are welcome to join us, encouraged to join us as well. You will need to go onto the floor for this one, but it's a goodie. It is one of my favorites. We're going to go child's posing. Yay. Okay. I love me a good child's pose. And here is the lovely and talented trainer, Kathy, demonstrating the child's pose. So if you're going to start from all fours, then you're going to widen your knees so you have some room for your torso to fit in between your knees. Your big toes are going to come together, and then you sit back comfortably deep toward your heels. And then for most of this, I'm going to hand it over to you, Alexis, because you are the yoga expert among the two of us. So,
I mean,
what can you tell us?
You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I just will say with this child's pose, first of all, I know there's some people who are even in the show right now that are like, child's pose, I can't do this. So you got to listen to your knees and make sure they're cool with it. But besides that, this is generally considered a restorative pose. So most of the time when you take a yoga class, the yoga teacher will offer you at the beginning of class that if there's some other pose that you don't feel is right for you, to take this pose instead, because this is a restorative resting pose meant to be.
Indeed.
Some people, their forehead won't be on the ground. So if that's the case for you, I would suggest having a yoga block or a pillow or something handy so that you can actually rest. There are different styles of this. So what you're describing with the knees wider and the big toes touching is one version of child's pose, and keeping the knees closer in, which is what Kathy's doing in this video, is a different version of this pose. And both are correct. It's just a matter of what you're trying to get out of it. And so I would just encourage you, as you're playing with child's pose, to just feel the difference in your own body of what you notice with your knees wide versus with your knees narrow in child's pose.
Great calls.
Yeah, I also would just encourage with this to stay with your breath always. It's yoga, I guess. But the arms being forward is an opportunity for a shoulder stretch here.
I was just going to go there. Yeah.
There is an opportunity to bring your hands back by your feet, which is a little bit different. It's maybe even considered a little more restorative in that way, but there's benefits to both. Reaching your arms forward like that can open up your chest for,
I do that in the morning too when I'm doing my morning stretch routine ish, and it opens up through my rib cage. And yeah, depending on how far you come forward, as long as your shoulders aren't like scrunched up around your ears, because that's kind of missing the boat. But so I hope everybody got a little child's pose break in for their day. This is a lovely one. If you can slip it in whenever you get a chance during your day, just helps you relax, helps you decompress, and then you can go on about your business. Was there anything else regarding child's pose that we wanted to pass along? I love child's pose. It's one of my faves.
I guess I would just say this is something that not only in yoga, but maybe in life that you could use as a tool, so that you might, if you're overwhelmed or you're feeling like you need a break from what's happening. And I mean, it would be funny to do this in the middle of the office or something like that. I get it. Like you're in the grocery store, you're like, hold on, I just need to take a child's pose.
I'm going to drop down into a child's pose right now. Oh, that's good.
I get it. I mean,
in front of the pasta aisle.
I mean, I would love to see that in the grocery store. But just saying that you're really bowing into yourself. So you're really in this position of bowing inward, and it gives you this chance to kind of take almost like a fetal position where you can come back and just be held by the earth without doing a lot of work, and just check in and see kind of like, what do you need right now? For me, this is a position of like checking in with my inner child and asking, what do you need right now? And so I use that as a tool in that way too.
Awesome. Okay, there is your child's pose. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you take advantage of it, because that's a good one. That's a real good one. Okay, so now we were moving on to the TNFT mailbag, the TNFS mailbag from TNFT. A reminder, if you have any questions for us, we are absolutely happy to try to answer yours as best we can. If we don't know what the answer, we will track it down. But send your questions into us, TNFT at thenextfitnessthing.com for the TNFS mailbag. This has to do with yoga as well. And this is again in honor of International Yoga Month. So this is an interesting question. I'm trying to get into yoga, but I think it's boring. Is there something wrong with me? Different strokes for different folks, right? I mean,
how many times have you heard this?
Many.
So many.
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. This applies to me with strength training. I find strength training boring, but I know it's good for me, so I do it. But
that's how I feel about running.
Yeah. You were saying, I'm sorry, I bumped in
No,
there.
it's good. It's good. I was just going to say, anybody who's watching this right now or taking part in this, if this is you, put it in the chat. I want to know. Give me maybe the I don't know what you call that face. The face that looks like yeah, and the reactions. Let's see that. So, I mean, I hear this all the time. The thing that I'll just say with this is there is so much variety in what yoga actually can be. So if you take some kind of yoga class that you think is boring, try something else. It's not all the same. I mean, it's the difference between somebody telling you to sit there for 30 minutes with your thumbs in the air, looking at the center of your forehead, and you're like, and your tongue sticking out, going like, right? I mean, that could be yoga. It could also be like Beyonce playing on the thing while you're like moving around. That could be yoga. There's so many different, it could be that someone's stretching you out and you're basically getting a massage at the same time. That could be yoga. There's so many different ways to practice yoga. And I'm only talking about asana right now, not talking about the full thing of yoga. But try again is basic.
Yeah.
If you try yoga and you don't like it, try again.
There's everything from yin, which is very relaxing and restorative, all the way up to like hot yoga. And, there's all kinds of stuff in between there. My suggestion, if you're bored with yoga, it would be to try goat yoga if you can find any around where you are, because you cannot be bored with goat yoga. There's little baby goats that are climbing on top of you when you're trying to get into poses, and you're falling on yourself laughing because it's just hysterical. Look up goat yoga videos if you think I'm lying.
Have you tried it?
I haven't. I love goats. Goats are
I
just so
want to
cute. The
try
baby
it
goats
too.
are adorable, and I need to do that one of these
I
years.
literally want to get goats just for this purpose. Like, I don't really need the goat for any other reason.
I would move in with you if you got goats. We could do goat yoga together. All right.
There it is, deal.
Sweet.
Casey is saying, or you can watch my cats fight and dig under the closet. That can be yoga.
Casey did a yoga class this past week where, there were some kitty issues going on. Then, yeah.
Right. Casey's vinyasa class is Saturday morning, and
Yes.
there's regular cat cameos going on. If that's your thing, definitely go to vinyasa on Saturday morning.
For sure.
And what else do I want to say about this? I guess the other thing is, I think as a gateway in for people who find yoga boring, you could try stretch class.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You might also find that boring if you think that the other one, but I would try it. And then the other thing I would say with that is there's a version of yoga where it's not necessarily yoga, but working on mobility, where it looks more like, if you like strength training, but you don't really like yoga, you could take mobility class that would be strength training for the purpose of gaining mobility. And I would say that would be a step through the door also.
Oh, yeah. Great call. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I hope that helped. Thank you for sending in that question. We appreciate all that we get. And again, TNFT at thenextfitnessthing.com. If you have any more questions for us, we're always taking them. So send them on in. Move of the week. Are we ready? We got more yoga. And speaking of strength with your yoga, this one's a keeper. We are going to send it over to the move of the week. And we have chair pose. Now, Alexis has come equipped with several versions of this chair pose. And once again, some of them are better than others, for lack of a better term. But Alexis, dig in. So I can see right away the one on the left has a little issue with her back.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So chair pose is sort of like a yoga version of a squat. Now, I will say, if you're taking a very traditional Ashtanga yoga class, they're going to tell you to put your feet completely together with your big toes touching and your knees almost turned in. And that's actually not, from my fitness trainer lens, not appropriate for everyone. Right. So if that hurts you, don't do that. And having your feet hip distance apart or something that is more like a squat is okay. That will depend on where you're practicing and what kind of teacher that you're taking it from, whether they tell you it's okay, but it is. Anyway, so the key with chair pose, it's basically like an isometric hold of the bottom of a squat. And I always think of this as like a lightning bolt, because there's a lot of energy it takes to do this pose. And so these girls, everybody on the right, these three, 1, 2, 3, I would say are very skillful in this pose. There's a neutral spine going on right here, a neutral spine, a neutral spine. The other thing we're looking for here is spine parallel to shins.
Yes.
Spine parallel to shins. And
I use that cue with squats all the dang time. Yes. So same thing applies here.
Right. That is true. And on the left, what I'm seeing happen here is that in fitness trainerese, we would call this anterior pelvic tilt, but basically she's arching her back. You can see that she's arching her back. And this often happens if you're really trying to go low on this pose, but you're just really letting you're basically compensating. So you're getting low into your hips, but then you're arching your back to keep your chest up. So the cue I would use for her would be to tuck her tailbone under. So it's like to tuck her tail under and then engage her abs. That would be one thing. Another thing to do here, if that is happening for you, is to come up a little higher. Because sometimes you're only arching your back because you're trying to go too low for your anatomy right now. And if you come up a little higher, like you can see these two right here are not that low, but they do have excellent form.
Their
and I
form
would
is very
rather
good. Yeah.
see good form than see lower depth. And so for
Quality over
her, she's like the
quantity.
best of
Yeah.
both worlds, basically.
Yeah. And she has her feet slightly apart, going back to where we started this. So I tend to
Yep.
do mine with my feet apart because too close together just puts my hips at an awkward angle and doesn't feel right to me. So I will generally do this with my feet a little bit apart. So,
Nice.
yep.
And Casey's in the chat. Casey is a yoga teacher, and she's saying, I
Yes.
do it with my feet apart in my classes. This is also
Yay.
the pose that makes you question if time stops. Yeah.
We see where you're going there, Casey. Awesome. Okay. So hope you did your cheer up pose with us. If not, you have an opportunity to maybe join a next fitness thing yoga class, maybe Casey's vinyasa class every Saturday. All right. So check that out. It's on our live schedule. And then how's that for slipping in a shameless plug for you, Casey? We do our best. All right. So is it announcement time? We've got some big stuff coming here that we need to get up in here. So that's my drone. That's my drone. There we go. Okay. All right, here we go. First off, this Sunday is our next TNFT community event. The lovely Dr. Sofia, latest crowned team leader on the TNFT crew, is hosting our Hispanic Heritage celebration. This is an all access class. So if you're watching this and you are not yet a TNFT member, this is a lovely opportunity for you to check us out. No obligation. And fiesta.thenextfitnessthing.com is where you go to get signed up in our app and get in on this process. It is this Sunday as we're live September 15th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Dr. Sofia hails from Mexico. She's very proud of her heritage and she is passionate about passing it on to other people. And we cannot wait for this to happen. I will be there as a participant looking for you. Okay, so I hope to see you there. And then moving on to this is some big stuff here. We have not in a little bit had one of our very popular walking challenges at the next fitness thing. We've got one that is called 7 Days of Steps. And this is an on-demand challenge. So you can take these classes anytime you like. And Alexis, do you want to jump in here and explain a little bit about 7 Days of Steps? Because we're all in that photo, like you and me both.
Yeah, we are. We're all in this photo. So yeah, I think you really named a lot of it. This is free. This is a completely free challenge.
FREE free. Okay.
Completely free. So this is a good opportunity for those of you. I know we have a lot of our members in the chat right now. If you want to invite somebody to check us out, this is a great opportunity to do it because it's completely free.
Yeah.
And there's another little nuance to this. One is you can go right now to thenextfitnessthing.com/7 days of steps. And I typed it in. Look at that. I got a typo on there. It's okay. So it should say 7 days of steps. And you can sign up and what you're going to get is an email for 7 days in a row to remind you to come to class. And then you will also get a recording of the classes. It's 7 different formats with 7 different trainers and team leaders. So you get like a little bit of everybody in here.
Yeah.
And the other thing that is not listed on this, I just want to name, is we are going to premiere these classes 7 days in a row on YouTube as well, starting on the 23rd.
Yeah.
So on the 23rd of September, you can take these classes starting now through the Next Fitness Thing platform. But if you want to take them, they're on demand. So there's not as much engagement as there is in the live walking classes that we have all the time. So if you want to take them together with your teammates, we're going to premiere them starting on the 23rd of September for 7 days in a row. So that
on YouTube, your chat will be open and you will be able to engage with everybody that's in class with you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. So if that sounds fun to you, you could wait, you could take it twice, do what you want. I'm just letting you know that that's a thing. So
you could take it 17 times because it's free.
It is free.
Right?
Yep.
So again, the URL, if you want to check it out or have somebody else check us out, thenextfitnessthing.com/7 days of steps. And we can't wait to see you. So the trainers and team leaders in order on the photo, there's Alexis, there's Kathy, there's Casey, there's Natalie, there's Anna, there's me, and there's Fernando. And we are a fun bunch. So if you haven't checked this out yet, come on and do so. All right.
Yeah, we are.
Yay. Okay. Totally. Next thing, moving along. We are moving on to the next thing that we have to announce, which is a biggie. We are also embarking on our next 5K program. This is also an on-demand program, so you can take these classes whenever it fits your schedule. It is the return of Make Your Way to 5K. And the URL is there for you to go directly to find out more there too. But Alexis, I think you're going to take us through the landing page of what people will see when they get there. But makeyourway to5k.com is where you go. And we've got the program laid out for you. It's 30 days. And it includes 3 cardio classes a week. You get a baseline class to gauge your 5K starting point. 5K, of course, is 3.1 miles, in case you're not familiar with that. And we give you a training schedule. From there, you will see the 5K baseline class is 55 minutes on day 1. If you do not make 5K during that 55 minutes, it's okay, because you're welcome to walk it. You don't have to run it, like we were going back to earlier in this show. But then we give you a plan. So you get an active recovery day on day 2, right out of the gate after that tough baseline. We got some strength training days built in there too for you. And then the cardio days are the purple days here, basically, on the calendar. So 3 days a week is all you're committing to your cardio, basically, for the most part. And varying tempo. Tempo 25 is a little bit different format than intervals 25. And then we suggest you take the long walk run classes on the weekend when you generally have more time available, but whenever it fits in your schedule. The first 2 weeks of the program are 40 minutes on those, and then it goes to 55, which is a dress rehearsal in week 3 for the final 5K event when you wrap this thing. So, nice. And then Alexis, anything else?
Good job. You're
oh my gosh,
so good at explaining that.
We've been deep in planning for this, and so it's all
we've been deep with this. Okay, so people are really excited in the chat. Michelle said, "Yeah, woohoo!" Daniela says, "Awesome, so great." Aaron says a great bunch about the trainers, and Sharon's RD Sharon B saying, "Woohoo!" So that's great. What I want to say about this, there's also event merch. I didn't actually drop it in the store yet, but it will be coming really soon. And what else do I want to point out on this? Members get a discount. So if you are a Next Fitness Thing member, you get $20 off of buying this. I will be emailing you your coupon code so that you can get your $20 off of buying this, basically.
Yeah. And depending on which, I was going to say, depending on which membership you would sign up, if you're not yet a member with us, that's a sizable chunk of change. It might be worth it for you to sign up for a membership and then get that $20 savings off this. I mean, it's been known to happen.
It's actually cheaper to get the at least some of the memberships than it is to and get the discount. That is true.
Pro tip. There we go.
And the other thing I just want to say with this too is just that you will retain access to this for a while. So if you want to use this again, you could. I know we will be having live walking challenges again and pretty soon, and we also will be having live 5K training programs again and pretty soon. But this is an opportunity for us to be able to put something, for those of you who are already members, for us to put something together that is that it's sort of like evergreen. It makes it so that you can keep using this. Like if you have a 5K that's coming up that you need to train for and it doesn't line up at the same time as when we're offering our training program, but you want to do this event in person, then you can use this training program whenever you want to for 30 days leading up to the event. And you're going to feel like you're prepared and you're good to go. So
cool. All right. So makeyourway to5k.com is where you go with that. We still have more news and we're running long, but this is important stuff. So
can I say one
anything else with this? Yes, for
There's
sure.
a really cool promo video here. I'm not going to play it right now, but go to the website so you can watch it. And thank you, Julie, for helping us.
Yes, Julie, you rock. Appreciate it. And the voice may sound familiar. I'm just saying. All right.
Yeah.
Hit me. So then the next thing we have to fill you in announcement wise is for those of you who are TNFT members, you may be familiar with the TNFT service team. You may be on the TNFT service team. If that's you, we thank you. The application process is open now for the next term of our service team. And Alexis, a little bit about the service team once you get this called up here, but we would be nowhere without our service team. We love our service team because everybody contributes in their own way, and you rock service team peeps. So Alexis, what you got?
Totally agree. The service team's amazing. The service team application is open. It's the same application this time if you're already on the service team or if you're new. So if price is first of all, one thing I want to say is The service team gives you a free scholarship to the next fitness thing for the term of your service. So if the price is the reason that you are hesitating on joining us, this is a way that you can join us with able to, and it's a gift. So you are joining the service team in service, and then we are gifting you a membership also. So it's not so anyway, I encourage you to join. Many of our members who are on this, and it's really fun. You get to be in a committee and work with people on a part of growing the team and growing the offering that you care about. So you get to kind of choose what piece that you're working on, and there's a lot of different fun things you could do. So yeah, I would encourage you to join the service team. It's thenextfitnessthing.com/service team.
Yes, and that application is due for the next term on Friday, September 7th. Once we have everybody on the service team, we will have like a get-together meeting and kind of lay out the plans for moving forward. And everybody's welcome to do it. We'd love to have your support and your company on that on the service team. So thanks all, and thanks to, by the way, a bunch of service team members in the chat right now too. Mwah, thank you. So now, then we have September Book Club coming up later on this month with Casey, the aforementioned trainer Casey. On Sunday, September 29th, 1 p.m. Pacific time, our online monthly walking book club. Hello. And this month's reading selection on your left of your screen, Carissa Broadbent's The Serpent and the Wings of Night, romantasy, as we are referring to it. And Casey is a fun leader in these walking classes, so you're going to have a good time with her. And you're welcome to join even if you didn't read the book, but just know, if you plan to read the book, there will be spoilers. So if that's you, don't say we didn't warn you. But you can join us by going to and getting information at our website, thenextfitnessthing.com/book club. Takes you right to the book club page. All of the reading selections that have been chosen are on there. All of the future dates that have been set are on there, and good times for all the book heads around here. And we got a lot. Lots of book readers around here. Okay. And then is it time for Freebie Friday? Yes, it is. Okay. We get to give away some swag now. And we're doing this Fridays here on the show. Every show we announce the winner. How you get to be a winner, you ask. You comment on any YouTube video that we posted on the TNFT channel between the end of the show, basically, and the following Thursday. And then if you comment, you are automatically put in the drawing, and somebody's going to win it with a spin it. So let's spin it and see who wins. So we're ready?
Right.
All right, let's do this. Spin, spin, spin. Here we go. Go, 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 go. The winner. Oh, is that Sharon? Is that RD Sharon B?
That's RD Sharon B.
Oh my gosh, RD Sharon B, our registered dietitian from here at the Next Fitness Thing. Yay, Sharon, happy for you. And Natalie, who's been putting the prizes together for Freebie Friday, does a phenomenal job making it just something really, really special for every winner.
So
I know because I got one.
That.
I mean, gosh, I got to bring that board, that cutting board that she made for me for my prize and show it, because it's like, I put it on my Instagram page, but yeah, I should bring it here one time.
And what's your Instagram?
Oh, my Instagram. Thank you for asking. At LiveFunFit, LiveFunFit. Alexis, what's your Instagram?
It's Alexis Craig Fit.
Yay. Okay. And that is it. I think we're going to hold the food for another time. So we'll put that back in the pantry. But thank you, everybody, for joining us, whether you're with us live or whether you're catching the recording. We love you. We love you. We love you. We would love for more people to love us. So please subscribe and help us get the word out on this channel. Join us at the Next Fitness Thing. We got all those workout opportunities for you. Free walking program, a 5K training program at your fingertips anytime you can fit it into your schedule. The Facebook group is there 24/7 as well. Facebook.com/groups/the Next Fitness Thing. I think I got it out. And we love you dearly for every little ounce of support. Alexis says, Sharon says, thank you. Awesome. You're welcome. Thanks for being part of the crew. We wouldn't be here without you either. All right. So high five it. Ready to wrap it and get off for the weekend or whatever day it is for my recording crew. Bang. All right. We are going to boogie on out of here. We thank you for your company. We hope to see you in class. I'm teaching class later on today. Remember, shameless plug for me, 4 to 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, including our brain teaser walk class, which is always a blast. So if you have not joined us for one of those, come on in and join us. All right. I think we're ready. We're dancing it out. All right, let's do this. Woo! There's the music. Okay, sweet. I was concerned I was going to have to sing it again. So all good though if I do. Let's see if I can do a dance in a child's pose. Hold on. It's a twerk. You don't want to see my twerk. Never mind.
You mean chair pose?
I was trying to twerk and do chair pose. It's not pretty. All right, get out of here. Bye.